I'm Matthew Stubenberg. In a second, I'm going to walk you through how our Intake Vault Chrome extension works. I am the IT director for a group called the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service, and William Palin is the Access to Justice Technology Fellow at Harvard Law School. We are both lawyers and coders in the nonprofit legal tech space, and have worked on a number of intake issues. We have consulted with staff from multiple organizations over the years on how to make an intake better. The three things we've learned from these interviews in order to make an intake successful is first, it has to be seamless integration. Second, it cannot add additional staff time. And finally, security is paramount. William and I solved the problem of clients who have to call multiple organizations and repeat the answers to the same questions over and over again by building a Chrome extension. To demonstrate this Chrome extension, we're using a Harvard Law School sample intake page. This is an intake page that a Harvard Law student would use while doing an intake on a client in the Boston area for one of the Harvard clinics. The way the Chrome extension works is it adds an event trigger to all input tags on the selected intake site. Whenever anything is changed, the Chrome extension is able to capture the value and the corresponding label, which is the question. Now, unfortunately, this client doesn't qualify for this clinic's services. The staff member would inform the client about this program and get their consent, and then with 2 clicks, they're able to upload the information encrypted to our servers. The client would then get a text message with their encryption key. We decided to text the encryption key to the client after listening to some user feedback that suggested the clients needed to be in more control of their data. Here we have another intake page. In our example, it would be the next organization the client calls. Normally, the client would have to answer the same questions again that they just were asked at the Harvard Law School intake. However, because both organizations use Intake Vault, it's much easier to grab the information that's already been recorded. The staff member simply types in the phone number. If that phone number exists in the server, a notification is given. The staff member then asks the client for the encryption key that was texted to him, and that allows the Chrome extension to populate all the fields that were already answered. The staff attorney can also take a quick glance at all of the questions to see if there's anything that would disqualify them for that organization's services. If there's any additional questions that are answered during this intake, those can actually be pushed up to the server as well, building upon the questions and answers previously. The potential base for this app is huge. It can be used globally in any language and on any web-based case management system. The target market is any nonprofit legal aid organization that has some form of client intake. Our current plan is to start in Maryland and Massachusetts, where William and I are based, in order to get the numbers needed to present on this at different conferences. William and I both present at a number of different nonprofit legal tech conferences like LSC's TIG conference or the ABA Tech Show. This will be a good opportunity in order to bring on other nonprofit legal aid organizations and inform them of this new app. The ease of installation and lack of any needed training means we should be able to get wide adoption among nonprofit legal aid organizations. In addition, the app is free to use. The costs needed to run this app are very minimal. The server space is relatively small, the text messages are very cheap, less than a penny with Twilio, and there's very low bandwidth because the only information being sent is a relatively small amount of text. We believe this app can be funded with a very small grant, and the impact could potentially be every single nonprofit legal aid organization on the planet.